Hey everybody, welcome back. This is another Beachpreneurs Beach House introduction. You're here with Kelly McCausey and fellow Beachy, Nicole Dean.
Hello.
We have been doing these little Google Hangouts, little short ones with gals who are coming to the Beach House this October. And we've been talking with gals who are coming to the house for the first time, and today we're talking with a gal who's coming back. How exciting is that? So we have Faydra Koenig, America's Crisis Coach, here with us. Hi, Faydra.
Faydra in the house. Woo!
I got my Beachpreneurs mug that I got at the beach because we all know I connect. So I'm so thrilled to be here. And yes, I am Faydra, America's Crisis Coach, which was actually born at the beach house because I rebranded from that experience. And I'm just so thrilled because my life is 180 degrees from where it was, and I always contributed to my time at the beach. Anybody who's listened to me on podcasts knows I talk about my transformation that happened in Pensacola. So I'm so thrilled to be here.
Oh, I'm so excited.
We love you.
So you came to the, when did you come to the beach house for the first time? It was 1 year ago, correct?
I came in the spring.
Oh, okay.
And it was, I think, it was more than a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a year and a half ago.
The second one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I remember you and your silk pajamas.
Yes, apparently that's a thing now. So I have to bring silk pajamas for everybody.
I was thinking about that. Maybe you could bring like little Barbie silk pajamas and say, there you go.
We'll figure something out.
So what attracts you to come back to the beach house?
Well, for me, it sets a sentimental situation because my life literally changed. When I came to the beach house, I was considering a lot of options, and most of them were not positive. And the beach house afforded me the opportunity to be really vulnerable with really powerful women. And it wasn't just about whining, it was about solving problems. And that's exactly what happened for me. I left there with a new sense of hope and direction, and I borrowed a lot of courage from a lot of my beachy sisters until I got my own courage. And of course now, anyone who knows me knows that I'm back. I'm who I was always meant to be, who I've always wanted to be. So when I think about coming back, it's about not only filling up my cup, but bringing everything that I can bring to the newbies, to people who might be in a tougher space in life, and I get to pay it forward because I'm going to show up 100% this time, and I'm so looking forward to it.
Wow. Holy goosebumps. Roar, Faydra, roar. There's a tigress in there. Woo! I love it.
You know what? I grabbed from what you just shared, Faydra, and it just makes me so happy. Sometimes you come and participate in an event, or you come into a group of people and you get assimilated. And it's like everybody has to act like everybody else. Everyone has to agree with everyone else. You know, either you fit in the group, you fit the mold, or you're an outsider. That is not what happens at Beachpreneurs.
No.
Everyone comes in and they are so totally accepted for who they are and what they bring to the world and to business. It gives you courage to be yourself when you put yourself out there and you're accepted by others.
Absolutely. And the whole environment is set up for success because we're there, we're in our comfy clothes, there's no pretension. If you love wine, there's wine. If you don't partake, you don't partake. If you are a raw foodie, you do that. And you can share what you do and what you know with people who may never have experienced it. If you love gourmet food, you get to be a part of that and share that. And so there's a real sense of, hey, let's all be here. Let's all be real, who we are authentically, not who we put on and put out there to the world. And let's really get to know each other. I met my very best friend on the planet. I met at that event, and I didn't know her prior to that, right? She was a total unknown to me. So amazing things can happen, and sometimes it's that off-duty time when you're hanging out in the bedroom, snuggling on the bed, just talking about boys. Sometimes it's in the mastermind groups. Sometimes it's at Peg Leg Pete's having oysters and beer. But it's always an opportunity to meet people where they are in that moment. That's so rare, you guys.
It is. It is. It's part of what makes it so special. And, I love getting to know what makes each of us unique. So, that's what I'm looking for when I go there. So, no, I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be, you, because Faydra, you're freaking awesome.
Well, another part of it is you get to meet people that maybe you wouldn't have had access to. Nicole, you were royalty, and I knew Kelly, and I knew her, I loved her, I trusted her. I knew I could sit down right next to her and have a conversation. But, I had never had an opportunity to really sit down and speak to you about your family. What do you love? Do you like dogs? Do you like cats? And it just transcends all the pretension. And maybe if you go to something like an event, like NAMS, there might be an opportunity to really engage, but not always. And this is an opportunity to get to know people at a level, and people you may have never had access to.
Right. At an event like NAMS, it's great, but there can be 400 people there. And if I'm teaching and running masterminds and speaking, and I've got 15-minute sessions, and then I've got my friends that I want to talk to because they're all gathered, it is hard for somebody else to sometimes get more than a few minutes with me. So, yeah, I totally love that you came and that you're coming back so we get to spend more time together.
Yeah.
Faydra, do you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
That was a baited question. So we all know that I am a loudly proclaimed introvert, and that means that I generally need to break away from the crowd to recharge my body and get able to get back in. And what's so interesting about that is I showed up anticipating that I was going to have to unplug, take long walks on the beach, what have you. And I was that girl that was the last to go to bed and the first to get up. It was just a radically different experience for me, and it helped me know that I had started to use my introversion as a crutch to really protect myself from what I was going through at the time. And that was a great aha life lesson for me to figure that out. So, but I will say, I came there saying, hey, here's my deal. I'm going to need to unplug. If you truly are an introvert and need that time, it was 100% an opportunity. There's so much space. There's no expectation to make nice, to be in the thick of everything. It really is, what do you need in these moments, and how can the group all help one another maximize that time?
Yes. Thanks for sharing that. So what would you like to get out of this repeat experience? You're coming back to the beach house, but you'll be with different women. Is there something that you're really looking to get out of it?
I am so thrilled about the social aspect. I'm not going to lie. I'll never forget I think it was our last night sitting at the table, all of us singing. I mean, that is just something that's burned into my soul, right? And I loved the freedom. Like I said, if you want to have wine, you get to have wine. If you don't, you don't. I love just that part. I also love the intellectual stimulation. It was so satisfying to be with women who understood what entrepreneurialism is. Let's face it, most of us live far away from one another. We live in towns that don't necessarily understand what being an entrepreneur is. Some people struggle with not having supportive family. And in this venue, everybody is on the same playing field, and we don't have to educate one another about what entrepreneurialism is. So we can just get down to the chase. And I love just being surrounded by that type of brain power, because we think differently than corporate, and we think differently than brick and mortar.
Truth.
And I look forward to making up a lot of hashtags.
Hashtag truth. Hashtag I love Faydra.
Hashtag that.
Oh, Faydra, thanks so much. I'm glad you were able to get some time to let us introduce you to the community. And the other gals who are coming for the first time, they get to watch these videos and learn about the people that they'll be spending time with. And of course, those who are looking from afar and thinking about joining us, we're glad that they get to see who they could get to know. So thanks for making the time.
Yes.
I just love showing you off.
Yeah.
Make sure you warn everybody about Therese.
She's next.
She's next. And I'm not going to give anything away because she will make it obvious. But
it's all good.
It's all good. It's one of the
promise.
I'm coming back.
All right. Thanks again, Faydra. And everybody watching, we'll see you in the next Hangout.
Bye, guys.